Bore da chi gyd. Croeso cynnes i'r ardd Fotaneg Cenedlaethol Cymru. A very warm welcome. Sorry. Bore da chi gyd.
Bore da.
Croeso cynnes i'r ardd Fotaneg Cenedlaethol Cymru. Brilliant. I am Rosie Plummer. I am the garden director, and we are absolutely delighted to welcome you all here today. As many of you know, the garden is a charity. Its watchwords are conservation. Are you not getting me, Margot? Is that better? Already at the back? Thank you, team. As you know, we here at the garden have conservation, education and inspiration as our watchwords. We're a very young national organisation, a jewel, we say, in the crown of Carmarthenshire, and it's wonderful to see you all here from Carmarthenshire. We're just 15 years old, and you compared us to Scotland's Botanic Garden, which is 400 years old, England's, which is 250, and Ireland's is not far behind that. We've got world-class botanic collections here, many of which are world endangered, and you'll have the opportunity to see them. So we are very much a national asset in the resources and science strategy for Wales. We've got a fantastic site here, 220 hectares, including a national nature reserve, an organic farm, a regency landscape, and the most interesting part of that is it's founded on and linked to the profits in the early trade of plants for health. This garden wouldn't be here, the Middleton estate wouldn't be here, but for plants for health. So health, well-being is absolutely at the foundation of this garden. I think it's a great tribute to have you here today, and I'm delighted that, of course, we've arranged the weather to be entirely suitable. It's my pleasure now, without more ado, to open the event by welcoming Caroline Streek, the 50-plus chairman, who will present to your meeting. Caroline, as many of you will know, is a former editor and marketing manager who brings a wealth of experience and know-how to her task as chairman of the forum. She has a particular interest and expertise in addressing the challenge of social isolation amongst older people, and I know we will be all delighted to hear what you have to say. So welcome.
I wonder if I'm going to get this right. Can you hear me at the back? I was afraid of that. Hello.
We have to bring it in closer. That's not obtrusive at all.
Is that okay? No? Still not right? If I get... That's not too close. You sure? It's a hell of an echo. Anyway. Bore da fawr, croeso I Forum 50+ Sir Gâr, yma yn y Gerddi Botanic Cymru. Welcome to the Carmarthenshire 50+ Forum and annual event. We're delighted to be here at the National Botanic Gardens of Wales once again, for the second year running in fact. As you may know already, the Wales Minister for Health and Social Services, Mark Drakeford, will be arriving to speak to us a little later on. As of course you do know already, and I'm sure this is the reason we see so many of you here today, is that we're delighted, and I think I can say honoured, to have Dame Esther Ranson here. She will be speaking to us about the Silver Line, of which I'm sure a number of you will have heard already. An extremely worthwhile initiative, and one which must have special resonance here in Carmarthenshire, where we have above average numbers of people in the older age bracket, and who also live in isolated rural areas. But before that, I'm afraid you have to listen to me for a bit. I'll try not to take too long. Now, to tell you about our membership. Our membership now stands at 2,425. Fortunately, not all of you are here today, because otherwise that would be a bit crowded. The duties of a member are not onerous. He or she is merely required to complete a questionnaire a couple of times a year on a variety of subjects. You aren't limited to just answering the questions. You can give the council a piece of your mind too, if you want to. As a reward, members have this little pink card. It's a discount card, which works at quite a number of local retailers, and we are getting more of them all the time. Now, walking. Walking is good for your health, and good for tackling loneliness too. Our Walking Well initiative, begun a few years ago by one of our steering group members, Andy Kurtzfeld, who unfortunately can't be with us today, goes from strength to strength. The amount of organisation involved, however, is too much for one person, and a volunteer at that. So we're very pleased to have received funding from Let's Walk Cymru to allow us to employ someone to look after the 7 groups that we now have across Carmarthenshire, and we would like to build more of them. Driving. Now, this may not be especially good for your health. In fact, I'm sure walking is much, much better. But driving for many of us is still essential, especially as we get older. Even more so if we live too far away from a bus stop, or perhaps, which is much more likely, have no bus stop and no bus service at all. We're in partnership with the county's Road Safety Department to promote refresher driving courses. These one-day courses include a morning theoretical session and an afternoon of practical driving with a driving instructor. This is in no sense a test. The idea is for you to gain confidence in some of the areas which can be problematic. Perhaps a new, confusing roundabout with rather complicated new signs. Driving at night time, particularly if it's raining. Everyone who's done the course so far has been very positive about the results, and 200 people have benefited so far. So if you're interested in that, do please let us know. The internet. As we've noted before, this is the internet age, and we are all going to have to participate. If we want to save money, find out about the services on offer from national and local government, and indeed to make full use of all these services. It may not seem fair, but it's the way things are going. Our own website has been redesigned by one of our members, Sandra Llewellyn, and is just awaiting translation into Welsh before it can go live. Likewise, our new Facebook and Twitter accounts, if you use Facebook and Twitter. Yes, well, quite a lot of people do. I try to avoid it. The limited research we've been able to carry out so far shows that an increasing number of people own or have access to a computer, laptop, or mobile phone. The tablet looks set to be the most popular because of its portability and ease of use. Meanwhile, the mobile phone has more and more of the tablet's capabilities. It is quite extraordinary to think that something so small and relatively inexpensive can connect us to someone on the other side of the world 1 minute, and can order a week's shopping from the local supermarket the next. Many of you still feel the need for further IT instruction, I know I do, and there is plenty available for a number of different sources. There's a taster session going on in Glasshouse today. Representation. This is an important function of the Carmarthenshire 50+ Forum. We represent the interests and voice the concerns of older people in the county. This year we attended a Welsh Government spending review with Jane Hutch, the Minister for Finance and Government Business. We continue to provide support for the Older People's Commissioner's Ageing Well in Wales policy, that is not easy to say, and for the Council's Strategic Equality Programme. We also submitted a response to the Council's budget consultation on behalf of the Forum. In association with Communities First, we helped to organise an Add to Your Life event at the Furnace Theatre in Llanelli. Also in Llanelli, we took part in the Big Day in June, a community engagement event. Another community engagement event in Llandoveer underlined the importance of easily accessible and readily available medical care at local level. In view of inevitable cuts to GP services, people there felt that a regular nurse-led clinic could meet the need. We gave talks at older persons clubs at the Bryn, at Tumble, and at Llandovery. We were invited to attend a consultative meeting with the Equality and Human Rights Commission and took part in a seminar promoting independence for older people in Carmarthenshire. This was principally about ensuring that those involved in providing services for the elderly should be asking the right questions when formulating their policies. Incidentally, from that it came across very clearly that social isolation, loneliness, affects more people more deeply than one might imagine. And I do not say this just because Dame Esther is here. We have partnerships and links across Wales. In fact, representatives from Caerphilly and Swansea 50 Plus forums are here today to see how we do things. Welcome, if you're here. We are represented on the board of Carmarthenshire, Sir Gâr, and they in turn are represented on our steering group. The Mental Health Care Advocacy Service, ARIO, have recently joined our steering group too. We hope to mutual benefit. Problems of elder abuse, some of which can arise from Alzheimer's or dementia, are an increasing cause of concern and are being addressed in a positive way by both Carmarthenshire, Sir Gâr, through their information, advice and advocacy service, and by ARIO. Our forum has a regular representation at meetings of COPA, that is the Cymru Older People's Alliance, and at the Welsh Senate for Older People, which meets regularly in Cardiff. Here in Carmarthenshire, we are partners in Equality Carmarthenshire, which, as its name suggests, promotes equality in the treatment of potentially disadvantaged groups. And this connects with Dyfed Police's work, which is aimed at eradicating hate crime against individuals, including, unbelievably, the elderly. We have been able to assist with several research projects in the past and are continuing to do so on an ongoing basis. With Aberystwyth University's investigations into elder abuse and justice, which has resulted in their DEVIS, or Choice, initiative, and Swansea University's long-term research with OPAM, the Older People and Aging Research and Development Network. Well, that's about it. I know that after Dame Esther has spoken, many of you will want to find out more about the Silver Line. You can get more information and some literature on that at our 50 Plus Forum stand, which is in the glass house, right at the end on the left. And we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much for coming. Make sure you visit all the stands, as well as enjoying the gardens, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.